Alrighty. Hello and welcome to the Creator's Garden. I am called Harpy, and today we will be working on some of the inhabitants in the world of Sanctus. So for those who don't know, the world of Sanctus is the setting for my original webcomic, The Snapdragon Club. And so I thought today we would attempt to draw some of the, I guess, types and species of peoples that live in Sanctus. Also, hello and welcome to those who are in chat. Hello, Assassin Dago. I shall that be your highness. I'm doing well, and thank you for being the first to vote in the poll, which is why I'm currently in my board form. But without further ado, let's go ahead and move on to the main camera. Also, let me know how the sound is doing. Hopefully I'm sounding alright, like you can hear me and the music's not too loud. But yeah, so this setup might be a little bit interesting, as this isn't like any of my usual sketchbooks or anything. These are actually pieces of sticker paper, and the reason for this is because the pictures that I plan to draw on the sticker paper, I plan to put into a compendium of sorts. So what I have here is sort of like just a book that I made of various types of flora and fauna that are found in the world of Sanctus. A lot of them have not been introduced into the comics proper just yet, but they do help for when I need to fill out the background in some areas. For instance, it's been helping me a little bit with the backgrounds for when I was making art for the backgrounds in the current installment of the Snapdragon Club that I'm making, The Actress's Tale. But yeah, you can see like in some of these pages right here, there's no accompanying picture with them. And that's because those are the pictures that I want to draw on the sticker paper. And hello, Nero. Welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it. I know I was just at your stream on Twitch. So now you get to relax and sit back and do whatever. But yeah. So basically the main types of folks that we'll be looking at here are the anthrofolk. And it's basically, you know, any sort of like being that is like a mix of human and some other form of animal, essentially. So we have cat folk, we have dog folk, we have all sorts. But some of them I already made pictures for, so these are the ones that I don't have made just yet. I have avians for the birds, simians for monkey folk, reptilians, which is the broader category for like all the reptile folk, but there's like all sorts of subsections like the snake folk, the naga. There's also one for sea folk, bug folk, like Vakshi here, he's a bee folk, and canids, so like the dog folk, so like all sorts of breeds of dogs or foxes and stuff like that. Or wolves. So yeah, because I have reptilians and bug folk up here, I'm thinking I might make things easy on myself first and just draw Vakshi to start us off with. And then I don't know if I will use Akasi as my representative for reptilians, but if I can't think of anything else, I might default to Akasi. Hope you had a fun watch, even if I like always spend around half of it complaining and freaking out. I mean, that's how gaming streams usually go, right? You're just reacting to whatever challenges lay before you. And yes, I have considered gaming streams before, but my current setup is, it can barely handle these types of streams as it is, so unfortunately I don't think it will do well. Like, one time I did attempt to do a Monster Hunter Rise stream, but the result was that it looked like you were watching a slideshow rather than a stream. That's how bad the frame rate was. So, yeah. Otherwise, if I could do gaming streams, I probably would attempt to, like, open it up to Jackbox or, you know, something more interactive for the chat to be able to, like, be a part of, you know, within reason. Like, I do love Monster Hunter, and I do adore the Monster Hunter community as well, but I'm also very much not a min-maxer or anyone who does anything efficiently. So if I were to play, it would just be on my own terms, and it'd be a mixed bag of whether or not I'd be enjoyable to watch or not. Now, of course, as usual, the biggest hurdle when it comes to making a new drawing is what sort of pose I want to do. Because I thought of doing just Vaxi, but then I feel like I could also, like, do, like, the drone counterpart as well, because Vaxi has a worker bee sort of biological makeup. So the thing is that the workers have 2 sets of arms and one pair of legs, while the drones have 1 pair of arms, 2 sets of legs. So maybe I'll do that. Reptilians, you could do a type of reptilian that looks creepy, like something that doesn't look friendly, even if they are. Yeah, but that still leaves the question as to, you know, which type, because there's reptiles are a huge group, man. Like, am I doing a chameleon? Am I doing a Komodo dragon? You know, that sort of thing. Being fully committed to the bid and expecting to get taken out on a heavy cliff and instead of winning the exchange, yeah. Most of what I play are multiplayer, and Done straight from the PS5, yeah. Link stuff at a wall until something works. Either the wall breaks or I do. Yeah. But yeah, so I guess I should also mention that as of this stream, I had just come back from a week-long break, and there have been actually a number of things happening that I've done in the garden whilst I was not streaming. For instance, I was doing some basic brainstorming. Basically more about the world building and also future plot points for the future of the Snapdragon Club comic. So I've been taking a whole bunch of notes on that. And not only that, but I've actually gone back into attempting more like fabric work. And by that I mean I'm attempting to make my own clothes out of old clothes that I no longer wear. Because, well, yes, I can just poof my own clothes essentially. Sometimes there's just something, you know, more satisfying about making something by hand, you know? Amphibious or triamphibious? Like a flying lizard combined with something more monstrous? Mostly trying to stick to, like, you know, known Earth, like, species, generally speaking. Also, amphibious folk would go under sea folk for various reasons, which I might get into in a bit once we get there, but yeah, we would be sticking to very much more land-based lizards. Because also, we have dragons. There are dragons in Sanctus, so that's also a completely different species. Yeah, dragons are not the same as reptilians or lizard folk. As for the simians, I also have an idea. There was a monkey folk that I drew a couple streams back when I was redrawing some older art. At least I have that idea as well. Avians, I'm thinking I might draw a character from the Sanctus pilot. Who, once again, I think I will get into later when we get around to that. But yeah, generally I'm doing this just so I kind of have a visual for, you know, background characters and, you know, non-main characters that I can just put in the background, especially if they're still all taking place in the continent of Osen, because that's where all the anthrofolk are. Very few, there's very few that are not on that one continent. It's like they can leave, they can go other places. Not many do, but they can. But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. I don't know if it's still warm where you guys are at, but it is still very much on the hotter side in the Creator's Garden. It's always warm here. Goodness. Well, I hope you're managing to stay cool and hydrated. Oh yeah, and I've had these off to the side, and I neglected to mention. So, like, some streams ago, I attempted to draw, like, character cards for some of the characters from the Snapdragon Club. And this would be Akasi and Mac in their Snapdragon Club uniforms, I suppose. They haven't worn them yet in the comic proper, but they will. Because I figured it would probably, you know, it'd be nice to give them some uniforms. So that it's like, yes, we are in fact working in a very fancy looking establishment. Like, get something that says, yes, we're working in a fancy establishment, but also still be true to their personalities. So, like, Mac, I gave him, like, this sort of bolo tie thing going on. And Akasi, while he is on the fancier side, I kept the sleeves more rolled up because he is the janitor. He's cleaning up the place. And that included making some, like, little backs for them. So, I don't know. I'm hoping one day I can actually, like, make some cool collectible, like, character cards for these guys. But these are just, you know, very, very cheap little mock-ups that I was working on off to the side. One day. But yeah, what I think I'll do is that I'll go ahead and like do sketch and line art first for all these guys. And then I'll go around to coloring them later. So with them done, we'll start on reptilians. So I think what I want to do is do maybe like a chameleon folk first. Someone that just looks like a little guy. He's just a little guy. About how he'd be clothed. I guess that's good enough. And I guess I'll do a very, well, not very, but kind of simplistic silhouette of like what Akase's like tribe is kind of like. So fancy. The fanciest I can get is to put on pants. I just have shorts and one pair of pants for special occasions. That's completely fair. I guess you've seen. Usually I prefer like dresses of some sort. But then sometimes it gets cooler, so that's why my pajamas have pants. But I like wearing a variety of clothing. Because it can be fun to try out different styles, you know? But I do love my springtime colors. They're just so fun. And maybe it's just all the flowers too. That's when the garden's really in bloom. Drawing the chameleon person seems a little funny to me because I feel like they always look like they're tweaking out. And with that, I think we've got the reptile folk basically done. I could probably work on monkey folk next. Got 20 copies of the same t-shirt. Those are my pajamas, work clothes, fancy clothes, casual clothes, etc. Goodness. I mean, at least it makes picking out an outfit for the day very simple. What's your favorite color of clothes to wear? I know I mentioned I like my pastels, but you know, some people like to go for the darker, gloomier types of things, which I've worn too. Actually, you can kind of see it on some of my past outfits. This one was more on the bold color side. And there was this black and red hoodie that I wore during the Halloween season. Which, goodness, Halloween is already creeping up on us. I do have a couple plans to make things, you know, delightfully spooky. And I also do have a Halloween outfit already planned out. Those of you who have seen my streams before might have peeked a glimpse at it and may have recognized it. But you'll see when it comes time. Luckily, I believe Halloween this year falls on a Saturday, so I will not have to worry about that. I think last time it did fall on like a Friday or Tuesday, and I had to race to go open the portals for trick-or-treaters. I don't do that often just because it is very tiresome to open portals. Like, it takes a lot of energy out of me, but it was still a lot of fun. I do enjoy Halloween so much. It's a very fun holiday. least I feel like I got some nice poses here. So, just to recap really quick. Here are the bee folk. Oh. Let's get this up here, first of all. I want you guys to be able to see. Reptilians. And then, of course, the monkey folk that I just finished the sketches of, mostly, at least for the posing. So at least I have an idea of where I'm going. My Halloween costume is a guy with shorts and a black t-shirt. That's fair, you know? If you don't have the energy for costumes, you don't have the energy. Oh, and Kamada-kun, sorry, I forgot to put it in live chat instead of top chat again. But thank you for lurking. Thank goodness for stream elements. Your return with food, how's it going? Going pretty well. So far we've got the bug folk and the reptiles inked. We're on to the monkey folk right now. Also, did everyone just vote to have me stuck in board form? Is my marketable self that marketable? But yes, I'm glad Kamada-kun's here. He is very much a big Vakshi fan, so today is a good stream for him to be lurking on. Maybe it's just differently for Halloween. Put on an old dark gray t-shirt. Haha. Very funny. Back had to deal with stuff. Welcome back! I hope you've been doing well. So you probably already saw, but we did some bee-folk earlier. So this is usually what the difference between workers and drones is. And then we got some reptilians. And then we just finished sketching out some monkey folk who are based on some characters, again, are not featured in the comic proper just yet. They're side characters essentially, so they most likely will not be in the main story, but they are there. They're present. Actually, you say, of course. We were drawing the bee folk, so I had to mention Bakshi, which is why he's here. And how's stream? It's going good so far. Again, we're making progress. So far, we have like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different species that we plan on like doodling, and right now we're basically at the halfway mark, I guess. Almost at the halfway mark. I think we'd be more at the halfway mark if we were moving on to number 4, but yeah. I'm good. I've been dealing with stuff for so long. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know you can do it. I believe in you. I had a feeling I was missing something here. That's the tail. Alrighty. That's basically that inking done. I can move on to avians next. I'm basically gonna save the dog folk for last because those are the ones that I don't really have any side characters that I have like that I've drawn before. Like there was, in terms of like side characters or just minor characters that are like that exist in the world of Sanctus, but I haven't actually really drawn them. The only dog folk that I have is this barista. I forgot what I named him. I think I might have named him Arthur, I'm not sure. But either way, he's just a chill barista that owns the Morning Dew coffee shop. Gonna go feed yourself? Yeah. Stay fed. I love species design, so I'm excited. Yeah. It's not something I do often, but for the sake of the world of Sanctus, I do have to take into consideration like everything and how they all interact with one another. It's like, all right, I have like emptied out this bag of puzzle pieces. Now I gotta assemble it. Is basically how I'm going about this. But yeah, for avians, I've actually drawn like a number of just random bird folk. With these kind of weird poses, it's mostly just to show off, you know. what the body looks like a little more. Oh, hey, JR. Welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it. Oh, that reminds me. I did see your latest fan art of Dolly. Would it be cool if I showed it on stream? I think I will always love any type of dragon folk or aquatic themed guys. Always my fave. And I think the Sanctus character generator heard you because it generated Karios, the Dragon King of Osen. Yeah. So, okay, so I guess a little side tangent. As I mentioned before, the dragon folk are not considered anthrofolk. They are a separate species. But the short of it is that the dragons in Osen are the backbone of commerce on that continent. So basically it all started with like how dragons essentially use their shed scales as like heat conductors to keep, their eggs warm or to keep themselves warm. And so that's why they have hoards of gold, because when their scales fall, they turn into like gold. So in the past, anthrofolk would just try to go in there and try to steal some of the gold. But at some point the dragons had to be like, okay, hey, we kind of need that. So how about instead of stealing from us, how about you like give us something in return? And thus commerce was born. So you could do a quest for a dragon to get some amount of, fallen scales. And in modern days, those scales then get minted into gold coins, which are called doubloons. Yes, dragons forever, yeah. Yeah, and I know in the past stream we did a little bit more work on designing the dragons of Osen at least. But yeah, I wanted to take a quick, just a little side tangent because we do have 2 pieces of fan art that we can share. So here's the one that Assassin Dago did. Last stream he gave me permission to show it off when he was done with it. It's the tree bandit monster from the Hunter's Tale. That's cool lore. Also a really fun take on the Horde of Gold. Yeah. But yeah, this isn't too much of a spoiler, mostly because the tree bandit monster does show up in like the first couple of pages, so it's not really that big of a spoiler for the Hunter's Tale. But if you haven't read the Hunter's Tale, I really do recommend. I'm still pretty proud of it, especially the comic dub version, which is available on the channel. The comic dub is in 3 parts, so yeah. If you haven't seen The Hunter's Tale, I hope you'll check it out and let me know. And then over here we have JR's fan art of Dolly, because I think he's a resident Dolly fan. Like, we do have others who have subscribed to the channel because of who Dolly used to be. But yeah. But I also see you gave Dolly a little bit like her old hairstyle a little bit. Which is really neat. I did, like, in the initial, like, redesign stages of making Dolly, I was, like, going back and forth between, like, what her hairstyle should be. Like, I wanted to keep, like, the bangs, of course. Or, not the bangs. Well, yes, the bangs, and also the, ahoge, you know? The little hair sticking up on top. I was definitely keeping those, but I wasn't quite sure what the back part of the hair would be, whether I would like make it even shorter or anything like that. So I did end up making it really short. So she's kind of, I guess funnily enough, she kind of has a pixie cut now. That was unintentional, but yeah. The comic dub is epic, awesome, and based. Aw, thank you. But yeah, as for Karaios himself, whoops. Sorry about that. What did I do? Like, I think the only first attempt I had of drawing Karaios is right here. And in case you're curious, this is supposed to be his daughter, the princess. But yeah, I designed Karaios to be like an edgy dragon king. So it's a little bit hard to tell in this picture, but he's got like a little scar thing going on here and here. And then you can see at the bottom there's some, actually there's some canids that, or a canid in Catfolk, acting as merchants here to barter for some gold. Of course, Coriolis is more interested in the tomes. Oh, whoops. Yeah, Dolly was blocking. Sorry. You're right. Okay, let me try that again. So, once again, this is Coriolis. And that's his daughter. Oh my goodness. I will get better at this streaming thing, I swear. But yeah, and he has like some like scars here and here. But yeah, there's the anthrofolk at the bottom. They're merchants. And here he is, like, more interested in books. Because that's what he likes. Yes, edgy dragon. Yeah, right? Like, as much as I love my pastels and flowers for me personally, I do love the aesthetic of edgy things. But yes, anyway. Back to where we were. Here is how the avians are looking. The bird folk. And I think bird folk are kind of like one of the most common anthrofolk that I have drawn for the comic. I mean, as you can see, I sort of have a bird bias. Of course, you know. come to the ones that I have the least amount of ideas for how to proceed. Because, first of all, sea folk is a very, very, very broad category in terms of Sanctus. Because not only does it encapsulate, like, certain species of anthrofolk, so anthrofolk is generally, you know, human plus animal. That's generally how that goes. But any that where the animal would be like a fish or amphibian or any other type of like creature that would be usually found underwater, that sort of mix of human and animal would fall under sea folk. So even like if say they were whale people, which I'm not even sure if there would be whale folk. I don't know how I'd even design that. How would you design a whale folk? That's an interesting question. Let me know in the comments. How would you design a whale folk? But yeah, so not only are there like certain types of anthrofolk that fall under here, but there are also the sirens, which are basically your stereotypical mermaids looking type beings. But they do have a reputation for being thieves and sneaky and stuff. So they have a bad reputation. But there are also like a subset, you know, for the way lower, you know, further down in the ocean type beings, which are dubbed the deep folk. So anything that's like, you know, deep sea creatures or deep sea versions of sea folk, that's basically what they are. And nobody has ever seen them. They're only rumors. It's more of a, well, if these exist, then there's a possibility that these exist too. So, it's like, I could just draw a siren. That could work. I could do that. I am leaning towards it just because I feel like if I do any type of just like fish folk or something, then it's just gonna like get a little too convoluted or something. I don't know. So probably gonna lean towards a siren over here. As for the canid, I am sort of defaulting onto just drawing the dog folk barista that I was talking about earlier. I'm not even sure like if he's like a straight out domestic dog or if he's actually like a type of wolf. But he's one of those. One of those. Just kind of scruffy looking. And hi, Doe. Welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it. Hope you've been doing well. Any progress on your animations? You've returned from stuffing yourself with tacos. Welcome back. Whale folk would be like good lifeguards, and that's their whole thing. That could be, you know, whale folk, and I feel like also like dolphins would also make good lifeguards as well. You may animate some stuff today. That would be cool. But yeah, just to get you up to speed. so far, we have drawn some bee folk. We have drawn some reptile folk. Some monkey folk. And some bird folk. We are going to come back around and color them in. But yeah, the last ones on the list are the sea folk and canids or dog folk, essentially. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the siren, which is basically your stereotypical like mermaid type over here. And then I'm going to draw a dog folk over here. I also may draw a fox person as well, a fox folk, because there are those. They are there. But yeah, the reason that they're on these small pieces of paper is because this is sticker paper. And the reason I'm drawing this on sticker paper is because I plan to put it in my sort of little compendium for all the flora and fauna of Sanctus. So you can see where I've already like put some drawings and stickers in there. And I prefer to like draw on the stickers instead of the page itself because it is very thin paper and I like to color with my alcohol markers. So if I color with the alcohol markers, it will bleed to the other side. And I would prefer to be able to use both sides of the paper. Dolphins and orcas would be mean. Whales are based. That's fair. I've been planning on working on a scene I just finished the audio editing for. Ooh, cool. Drawing killer mermaids, nice. Catfolk sound cool too. Yeah, catfolk. That's what Mac is. He's a catfolk. But yeah, just basically going through some of the most like common variations of anthrofolk that there are available in Sanctus, because you know if we had to go through every single like combination of human plus animal, we'd be here all day. It's like just know that there is a at least decent possibility that if there is like a human plus animal combination, there is probably a subcategory of anthrofolk that exists. Most likely. Somewhere. Where? I can't tell you. And as for it being killer mermaids, well, the sirens in Sanctus are more notorious for being thieves than they are murderers. But they're still, you know, known for mischief, and, you know, sailors still have to be very wary of them. don't actually draw mermaids a whole lot, so it is always an interesting challenge to see how that goes. Excuse me. Let's see. I'm wondering, do I have room to actually draw something here? I just had an idea for jellyfish folk just now. Where it's like, what if they like look like spooky ghost type thingies? Where it's like, oh, you never seen jellyfish folk, or if you have, it's like only in the dark of night, and you thought they were like a ghost or something. Thank you for the bless yous. Just a whole line of bless you, bless you, bless you. I'm sorry, I'm too easily amused. So, we have been going for a little bit. And what I'm gonna do is that we're gonna take a quick break. And of course, when we come back, we will get started on drawing the canids. And then after that, we will finally get around to the coloring. I do think we'll be able to get to finishing all of these and putting them in their rightful places by the end of the stream. So yeah, hope you guys will get your stretches in. If you haven't gotten something to eat or drink yet, this is the time to do that. Alrighty. And of course, as usual, the fishing minigame will still be up for those who want to fish up something good. Or who knows, maybe you fish enough you'll finally get on the leaderboard. I know there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff on the leaderboard right now, but hopefully, and if not, oh well. It's just there for fun. But yeah. So go take care of yourselves and we will be right back. And I'm back. And it seems that the, I'm not sure if I accidentally did it at some point, or if it did it on its own. But, I had a poll up in the stream for, people to vote on what I was wearing, but it seems the poll is gone now. I did accidentally revert back to my pajamas just because that is sort of the one I have on default. We shall be back. I am, at least. I have drawings to do. Speaking of Sanctus, though, and the Snapdragon Club series, as well as continuing the Actress's Tale, which is the latest installment that I've been working on, I've also sketched up some ideas for, like, single-page comics, in which it is just one scene that delves into one idea. That's all it is. And the reason I'm doing those single-page comics is because there are some ideas I have that I think would still be canon in Snapdragon Club. However, they have no place in the story proper. Like, there is no room to, like, explore it or do anything with it. But they are still relatively relevant. Or at the very least, you know, I still think they're interesting ideas that I still want to explore, so they will at least get their own standalone one-page comics just to dedicate to one scene, and then that'll be it. And that'll be my way also of, like, just putting down ideas that are, like, canon to the world, but have no bearing on the main story, which I have been working on the main story. And I think that is probably Snapdragon Club's biggest flaw, is that I don't think I have been very clear as to what the point is. But I'm hoping that once I have everything well figured out, I can finally, like, make the comic in a way that it'll make sense. At least that's the chance and hope. Orb form is still winning? Oh, so the... Wait. Do you guys still see the the poll then? Okay, then YouTube on my end is bugging for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. But for some reason on the streaming end, it's just been extremely laggy. And I have no idea why that is. I tried getting rid of some tabs, it just... Like, even OBS is saying, like, the CPU is fine. So, I think YouTube's just being a butt. I'm just gonna quickly change just so that can reach. But thank you for the head pats and the hydrate. Hello, Kana. Welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it. So, quick recap. We are drawing all sorts of different peoples from the world of Sanctus. We have some sea folk. We have some reptilians. We have some monkey folk. And we have some bird folk and some bee folk. We are currently sketching up the dog folk. And then once we have that inked up, we're going to start on colors. Okay. Shall go back to board form since apparently that's winning the poll. But I can't see the poll anymore. so bad. I swear I can draw a fox. But that doesn't look like a fox. Borb is definitely winning. Well, thank you for telling me. I'm just annoyed with YouTube. Bah. Bah. I'm also annoyed at this stupid fox. It's like, I can't... Why can I not draw a fox? I've seen so many versions of foxes. Why can't I just draw one? Okay, I think that's the closest I'm gonna get for now. Sure, that's a fox. Sure. Foxes are hard. It's like cat but dog. I mean, that's certainly one way to put it. Trying to improve my human noise and it is so stressful. Yeah. I feel like usually when it comes to like improving on things, you gotta start with like one part of it at a time. At least for me, that usually helps. Finally done with the inking, which means it's coloring time. And with the coloring, it's probably going to be really quick because one, they're really small and the markers are pretty big in comparison, so we're probably gonna get a lot of coverage really quickly. Start here, and then we'll work our way to these smaller ones. Cat's running on dog hardware or the other way around. Who knows, man? Who knows? Hello, Zim. Welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, you're just in time. We have just finished drawing up all these different species that are found in the world of Sanctus. So, right now we're just in the midst of coloring them all. Figured the fastest way would be to just... I was going to just start with them one at a time, but then I was like, well, since I'm going by color, maybe I might as well just stick with that color until I don't need it anymore. I went over everything that I wanted to, but you know, sometimes I just forget things. Okay. Let's see. What else do I need? That goes there. Is there any other place that I need this? I don't think so. Actually, I could probably just do this. And then these two will be all done at least. Leaving just these bottom 4 left to go. I will be glad to have like these very quick sketchy references that I can look back to. Because sometimes I just can't figure out what I want to do for some background characters. That and then be quick spot that. And I think we're just about done. About it for these guys. So I think aside from the fox, most of the designs came out pretty decently. But, yeah. I think these will fit very well within my little compendium. And I think with that, we will call the stream. So I'd like to thank every one of you for joining me today. I will be streaming again on Friday, in which we will most likely be doing some comic work, I believe. So that would most likely be working on the actress's tale. We do have some pages that I think I'll be able to do on stream. But, yeah. You love them? Thank you. Pretty nice. Thank you so much. But yeah, I do have a number of ideas for streams planned. So, I think I am ready to get back to it. So, thank you all so much for joining me. It was a pleasure having you all as company while I worked on building out the world of Sanctus. And that goes for anyone watching the VOD as well. And if you'd like to see more of my art or want to be able to be notified when I stream next, I hope you'll consider leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have already, thank you very much. And of course, if you're feeling super duper generous, we do have a Ko-fi link right up there where you can buy me a boba. You can become a visitor of Sanctus and get a borb attributed to your name. And also, we have stickers available in the Ko-fi shop, including Bakshi, one of the bee folk, Mac, a cat folk, Akasi, a Naga or snake folk, as well as a number of other characters from the world of Sanctus, and you can also get my Princess Borb form or any of these Harpy stickers with me in various outfits. But yeah, with that being said, we will call it here, and I hope you guys have a lovely day. Alright, see you later!